Get one?
I got, stream is going.
Okay. Welcome everyone to Monday, May 18th, 2026. This is the Leadership Community. Hi everyone, it's Monday, May 18th, 2026. This is the Leadership Committee meeting. My name is Rich Reynoso. I am the Vice Chair. To your left is
Dwayne Williams, I'm the Chair of Community Development, Budget Priorities, and Economic Development and Public Safety.
That's a mouthful, just like mine. I'm Debbie Kwolek, co-chair of Parks and Recreation, Sanitation, and Environmental.
I'm Cynthia Rodriguez, Community Board Chair.
I'm Sandra Unger, Chair of the Health and Social Services Committee.
anyone online want to introduce himself? Alex, want to go first?
Alex Ellison, Chairman of the Education, Culture, and Youth Services Committee.
Stacy Ann.
And Jeremy, District Manager.
Stacy and Dillian, Chair of Community Budget and Priorities.
Great. Okay. Thank you. Anyone else online? No, I don't think so.
Nope.
All right, moving on, conduct statement, please read the conduct statement on your own time. I think we're gonna be good for this meeting. Review meeting minutes. We're not doing, just to clarify, are we taking the YouTube as the minutes or what did we decide there?
I did speak with I consulted with somebody at the Committee on Open Government, and Jeremy, do you remember? Minutes still need to be prepared, is my understanding. I attended their a couple of weeks ago, even though we have the recordings, minutes must still be prepared, is what they're saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good to know. All right. Moving on, requested farmer's market letter of support.
May I
Yeah.
talk about it?
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
we had
Someone
someone,
put up in the thing real quick. Hold on.
right. We had someone come from the partnership for a grant for wanting a grant for the Bronx Park East Farmers Market. It's a partnership opportunity with the USDA. They've already sent us a template of the letter for support, so all we have to do is fill it in, and we could not do it, or we could not pass a motion at the meeting because I did not have a quorum, but we can definitely approve it here at the leadership meeting.
Can I just ask, why did they come to your committee and not transportation like years past?
I don't know, I don't know, Cynthia, they had asked for to speak on gallery session.
Yeah.
And she gave them my number the day of the meeting, and they came to do that. They worked it as a gallery session, but we extended it even more time because the two people that was supposed to speak did not come, so they went and gave a full presentation, and that was why.
Yeah. And actually, to your point, Debbie, this organization, they've been around for a while, as you know, because you just mentioned,
So it's,
you know.
it is the same.
It's Judy, the farmer's market over, yes,
Okay.
same people.
Okay.
Yeah, and the person who reads it is Alexa Paradisi.
Alexa's name I remember.
Yeah, so she did the presentation, and it really was, eye-opening and interesting, so. It can't do any harm, it's all for good,
I agree.
so I make a motion.
Not yet, I think we have to wait for more.
After gallery.
Yeah, but we'll do this right after our gallery session. Okay. So I'm gonna stop sharing. By the way, Jeremy Ryan just got here. So we're good?
Yeah,
You got him?
but I do want to put the committee on notice that based on the absences or transportation, that person could be removed from the board.
Okay.
I don't know if somebody wants to speak to the transportation chairs.
We'll do that. Cool. So let's move on to the full board agenda.
Okay. Share my screen.
It's funny that Hazel and she hasn't been on my side.
She was on recently.
The one with the good thing.
Okay.
This
Can we see this?
Yes.
wasn't late.
So it's gonna be at Eastchester.
So just for the record, we moved it to next Thursday. We had an issue with this week, but we got together, you know, well, a nice entertaining day with emails, and we moved it to the 28th.
And it was a site visit,
I believe so.
Cynthia?
What's that?
Was there a site visit?
Jeremy went with
What?
Mark like 2 days ago.
Okay, because I know when we've done precinct council there's been an issue of lack of chairs, table seating.
Okay, that's good to know. They told me they'd have everything, but,
I mean, yeah, they got some tables and they got some chairs, but they don't have 30 tables and, you know, table chairs for 30 people of a dais than the
Right.
audience area.
Okay.
Cause like I said, there's been times there's lack of chairs
Yeah.
and table. Yeah,
They have the bleachers though, right? Like the bleachers. I was what's ideal, but you know,
yeah, that could be sort of used for some of the audience,
Yeah.
which is done,
Yeah.
but I think it's only like 2 rows.
okay.
So what is it, like a gym that? it-
Yes.
Yeah, remember when we went to that out there?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Good. So next Thursday, May 28th.
all right, so I'll reach out to, my contact there and talk to him about the chair table situation.
Okay.
All right, so it's still via Zoom. So pledge allegiance, reading contact statement, community concerns, public hearing. Nobody's registered in the gallery yet. I just checked. Good officials. And then what is happening to my screen? I don't know. Okay, Cynthia is, so annual Juneteenth event, that's still relevant. Any of this other stuff right now?
Yeah, we were, the proposed committee name change for parks,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yeah, bylaw proposals.
Yep.
Bylaw proposals. I gotta go through those still. I've been meaning to go through those. It's just one thing after the other, but I will definitely get them up there.
Okay,
So-
meeting live streams,
Okay,
Excuse me.
3-1, donuts, the reckless driving donuts issue.
Oh, with the Ring of Fire and stuff?
Yes.
I was gonna mention the parks, New York State DOT walkthrough. And the strategic planning request from the BP's office, which I guess we can discuss it briefly tonight in new business. Just to put it out there.
all right, so bylaw proposals, which I'll get the details for, live streaming, reckless driving, DOT Sagamore Street, it's Sagamore, I believe, right?
Yes.
Juneteenth and then Juneteenth. So this, you know, I know we're looking at Brady Court, right?
Yes,
For Juneteenth,
yes,
and we're looking at,
June 13th.
so I don't know if we need to take a vote or we want to put it out there and then, yeah, have whoever wants to recuse themselves from any discussion or whatever about it or decision on it.
Mhm.
Okay,
Vote for what? Sorry.
For the Juneteenth event.
How did the date?
What? Yeah. Don't forget the strategic planning request. From the BP's office.
Wait, silent question, going back to that. Do we have to vote on this every year?
We have been, I don't think we have to.
Yeah, that's my question. Why should we? If it's like, do we have to vote on every traditional thing that we do?
Wait, you mean the Juneteenth?
Yeah.
I believe we have to,
Why?
because if we're supporting it in a way monetarily.
Is that why?
And we have to look for fundraising, so you have to have,
Okay.
I guess, approval,
Okay. Good.
because we're not paying for it directly.
Yeah.
Wait,
there you go.
it's fine with that.
Jeremy, did you add the strategic planning?
Yeah.
All right,
I did.
thanks.
Let me share it again. Hold on. I just
No,
try to pull. thing. strategic plan statement.
Great.
It is a statement, I believe, right? So I don't think we have March or April up. I gotta look into that.
Jeremy,
yeah, we don't have a treasurer.
can you just make a note that with the strategic, and it's actually strategic policy. Anyway, we'll refine the language, but can we make sure to hyperlink the letter from the borough president's office on the agenda? Make sure that gets in there.
Sure, so. Where is that? Hyperlink. Hyperlink, what exactly is it again?
I'm sorry?
What do you want me to hyperlink?
The community board letter that we got from the BP's office dated April 13th.
Okay.
Cynthia, aren't we gonna vote for the treasurer at the next meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he just added it.
Okay, oh,
Yeah.
no, I thought because I saw nomination, but okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Should we put Dwayne's name down as a nominee?
Are we still taking votes from for the nominee for treasurer? Are we taking nominations on the floor anymore or no? Like, can someone nominate themselves for whatever the case may be next Thursday? I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
but we're gonna vote on it this week, next week.
No, my question is, can we still, are we still?
Yeah, I think so.
Did I miss Jeremy?
Just.
So,
Yeah, that's on my, we lost Jeremy.
let me go and,
What happened? Is the internet funky?
the landline just cut out on me, so I'll just go in right. I mean, I don't have a laptop on me, so usually I use my laptop, I'm using the desktop, which doesn't happen.
Oh, I see.
It's
It's okay. Oh.
Oh, which name bothered me?
Christina.
Christina, I'm like, you know, if it's yours, Christina, you let it sit. So good.
Is
Can you
anyone?
hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
So
I was-
Rich's question was, whether or not nominations can be made on the floor for treasurer.
Yeah. Just curious.
I understand the question. Do you have a question for me?
Yes, or Debbie, whoever, I don't know.
I would have to look at the bylaws, I mean, if we could pull it up, we'll get the answer. Hey, I don't remember it, I don't remember it off the top of my head.
But is it-
Somebody, no, we can.
If we can't, then we should put Dwayne's name on. Just because I don't, it shouldn't be just Dwayne and then, because we don't know who else might run, you know what I'm saying? It's not set in stone, like it's not a ballot.
Well, it's an internet ballot.
No, I know, I'm saying it's not set if you could take him on the floor.
Yeah.
But,
Right, there's Dwayne, there'll be Dwayne's name and a fill-in.
if somebody
yeah,
threw their hat in the ring.
okay.
So what was decided or what was the question?
I think we're gonna leave it as is.
I think the question was, could anybody else's name be thrown in at the last minute for treasurer?
The day, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, nominations, oh, yeah, so we do have to do nominations and the election. Yeah, I don't know why I can't, my mouse is not working. There we go. Yeah, it has to be nominations and elections, sorry, so maybe. It is nominations and elections because we only did it once last month, right?
I'm sorry, what did he say?
We did the nomination for Dwayne last month,
Yes.
Right.
and we said we would have the election this month earlier because things
Vacancy.
have to be done and
Right.
so.
Well, so what order we want? We want to do let's actually, so why are they even change it? Let's do nominations. If it's okay, there are nominations for every position first, and then we'll do the election for treasurer or whatever.
And just reiterate why we're doing it.
And so nominations for chair, vice chair, treasurer, and then secretary.
Is secretary a vacancy or what? I'm sorry, I'm just.
No, it's open, it's open. Well, Hazel is stepping down, so it will be vacant if nobody fills it.
That was my question. To be frank, that was my question.
All right, so
Secretary.
can we front load this though? Like,
To win after.
so yeah, we do it like right after leadership, usually historically.
As opposed, was it in the bottom now? I can't see.
No, that's where it was last month, so I'll put it right there. I gotta fix the formatting, but
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
all right. And then economic development has something tomorrow. They have a renewal license, 2 renewal licenses. We just got something in today for a cannabis location.
Okay,
So I will update that accordingly so that we should be voting on that. And the bylaws we're not voting on. Anything else that's being voted on? Probably not, right?
What do you mean not voting on what?
The change of the name,
They changed the name.
Yeah, it has to be presented by Cynthia and then we vote on it next month.
Like
That's
that.
the formal.
He just, yeah.
Yeah. It sucks, Debbie, but we're doing it the right way. So nobody can come back and legally challenge us.
Legally challenged to shorten the name.
Hey,
Only
you
because
think
it
that to anybody? I
changed.
don't.
Could be a period, you still gotta do it this way.
Yeah.
Okay. Front City Tour, I don't know if you want me to put that on here, Alex.
Yeah, I could just say something about it.
Okay. Yankee game, I don't know if you need to say anything about that either.
No, that's long and over with.
Can I put the Conservancy on here?
Yeah, I can just say a quick word about that.
Okay, Sandy, anything?
oh,
Or Debbie?
we'll just talk about,
I mean, I
Oh,
would
Debbie
maybe,
didn't have it.
I think before we move on, maybe put the farmers, I think we're gonna pass it. So I think you maybe should just put it,
that we passed it in,
like
leadership.
we haven't done it that yet, but I think we're gonna.
Right.
Yeah, so before you close it out and save it, I think it's,
This way, yeah.
yeah,
in anticipation.
Yeah, so I'll get a placeholder. Give me a second.
Fait accompli.
yeah, exactly. I don't wanna forget it.
No, it makes sense, it's,
All right, let me start with this. Yeah, I guess we can modify the agenda also based on what's coming up. Like if something special comes up for tomorrow night, outside of these liquor license, because I know you have the state liquor authority plans on coming as a guest.
Yep, tomorrow.
So, okay, so, but at least I'll do if you want me to put anything else on, I guess you'll let me know after tomorrow.
Okay.
And we have a week to decide. And, all right, so going back to that letter, we find that.
How long is a cannabis license for?
What's that?
How long is a cannabis license for?
So we're-
Cause I'm seeing the renewal.
I'm not understanding you. What?
How long do they have the license? How often do they have to renew it?
I do not know. We can get back to you.
I'll double check it later.
Yeah, cause I know that's a fairly new place.
So maybe it's a year? Maybe.
Maybe 2 years?
2 years, kind of.
Yeah, but then why isn't, the place on Williamsbridge coming forth? Hush. Cause
I think they,
Hush opened before this.
for some reason, it didn't come to us. We realized it after the fact, I think, that we were like, wait a minute, they're, you know,
Hmm.
we realized that like they had already been in business for a year and it never, I don't think it came across our desk.
I'll look it up though.
Do they need it?
Sorry. Should you rename me?
That's a good question. Probably, I mean, probably same thing as SLA is my guess.
How long is
Okay.
it for?
So for 2 years.
So I got the farmer's market thing there.
Yeah.
Nominations, so leadership, farmer's market, assuming we vote one way or the other, I guess. Nominating elections, nominations for these 4 positions, then the election for treasurer. We got it, Dwayne did submit a statement, I do gotta put that out there. Economic development, these 2 liquor license applications, and if we want anything else, like the state liquor authority. Bylaws and ethics, community development, education, health, housing, parks, transportation.
Okay. Did transportation vote on something this month? He's not here.
Yeah, they did have a meeting. Debbie, what, you
Yeah,
you were there?
Trying to remember offhand.
DOT was
Yeah,
there,
DOT was there.
lady was,
Yeah.
did they vote on anything?
Which one?
I think-
Which committee?
Transportation?
I think we did. I can't remember what. Give me a moment.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just don't remember.
All right, in the meantime, do we have an idea of where we want to go for June? We want to go to Einstein? Is that the easy thing? We want to go to Center Light? Try the new Center Light location?
Jeremy, why don't you try Center Light on Allerton?
And June's
Okay.
date needs to be moved.
Wow, it's crazy, it's already that time of year?
Yeah.
A tradition.
Yeah, so we can handle the date and the next agenda item, right? No?
Excuse me?
Well, so the date itself, we can talk about when we go over the calendar, but the location, we'll shoot for Center Light.
Okay.
And I'll just reach out to Chris before I do anything. I'll text him. Okay, anything else?
I told
I
them
think we're good for now, yeah?
to do it, I said, but I'll clearly sign a letter.
Okay,
What do you know about that?
all right, so I'm gonna, unless there's anything else for the agenda, I'm gonna close it.
Okay.
I know there's one more thing on site, it was that problem.
The calendar.
Make food damage. We keep coming off the hours. Please.
I can pull up the calendar. We're ready for that.
Yep.
Yes, please.
Rich,
Yep.
we did vote for a letter support
Okay.
for the A2010-A, which was
Oh, right.
was proposal by Assemblyman William Colton, which is a 30-day notification from the MTA of any MTA changes that will impact the neighborhood.
Do you have that in writing?
It's a meeting.
Oh, great. Can you,
And I know Cynthia has the initial
The original,
information.
yeah.
can you email that to Jeremy? Real quick, so you can
I
put
think
it, or no, actually, you could just put that little line and then he could do this later. The motion, just because the motion itself, I want to put it into the agenda.
Thought you shared the meeting.
Yeah, I should have had that. You're talking about the legislation that's in the email?
Do you have it?
Yeah.
So just if you could put transportation.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, great, just put that in the agenda.
So I'll put that on the agenda under leadership.
Yep,
Um,
no, under, no, transportation.
Oh, was it actually brought up there though?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we voted on it.
Did you guys vote on it?
Yeah,
Yes, we voted on it. We had,
It was,
we were in full form.
Oh, okay, so I gotta put that on then, all right.
let's put it,
It was a
under,
motion to approve or whatever?
Yes.
Mhm.
Motion to
Okay.
send
Yeah.
for A2010-A, which is Assemblyman William Colton's proposal to ensure 30-day notification of service changes.
All right, so I'm gonna put that after economic development. What was the legislation number, just since you're saying it, be helpful?
2010-A as an apple.
All right, good enough. I'll hyperlink it. All right, anything else?
I think we're good for the agenda. Now, the calendar.
Should everybody see June?
Yes,
Okay, transportation on the first, I think we're having the MTA come there. Education on the fourth, I think that was an issue. I think people are moving to the second or third. Which one, Alex?
Yeah, we want to move it to the second.
Okay. Okay, health on the ninth,
I mean,
Sandy,
we're not gonna have a meeting.
what's that?
We're not gonna have a meeting on the 9th.
All right. I'm gonna cancel that,
Do it.
and then parks on the tenth, Debbie?
Yes, ma'am.
and DSC, and then bylaws. Okay, economic development, 17th,
I'm good.
and then the 18th for leadership at first at 6:30, and the housing 7:30, and community development public. So this is an issue, right? That's right,
right
Chris?
there. That's the same one issue, right?
That's the issue.
what is?
The
The 27th.
board. I think that's the fireworks.
Yep.
What?
Community developments are earlier in the month because what's happened, you know, one of the things that happened in the past is that we had it the day before the full board, and it was like less than 24 hours for, you know, blah, blah, blah.
You know, they could use hours on the 9th.
Yeah. Tonight.
Stacy, do you want to do earlier, Dwayne?
Nope,
No.
No, all right, can you do the 22nd or the 23rd?
nope, anytime after,
Oh.
because I am not sure if I might be working, and the 22nd is election day. I'm not
Right.
sure, but unless Dwayne wants to do the meeting, it's fine,
Yeah.
but I can't commit to that.
So I'm open to the 9th or the 23rd.
Because if you take the 9th, then we can move the full board to the
To the
23rd
24th.
or the 23rd.
Yeah, the 9th I have a training, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
You're okay to do that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So, yeah, move it to the 9th, please, sir.
Okay, so we're talking about community development, right?
Yes.
Okay,
And then move the full board to the 24th, and then Debbie is happy.
See,
currently, All right, let's not forget this, it's the 24th, we're not moving it, all right?
Yeah, we're doing,
Say that again, Jim?
Let's not move this one.
that what?
Let's keep it the 24th, let's not move it.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Go quick.
Well, okay, no, we gotta go to July now. I'm gonna start by updating the date down below. Date last modified, which is 18th. And then go July. I mean, there's nothing in July, right? Nobody's having a meeting in July, right?
Correct,
No, I don't think so.
unless there's an
I just
emergency.
gotta make sure I put the holidays up for June and July. You want me to make sure there's no other holidays besides Juneteenth that it's gonna conflict?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't think there is any.
See how easy it was because I'm not having a meeting.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
You know?
I couldn't get people and I figured, you know what? Yeah,
Yeah, Juneteenth is the only thing, and then we do have some few holidays in July, so I'll make sure I put those on the calendar.
Okay.
Alright,
Yep.
Oh, Jeremy, I don't know if you wanna mention, Monday, at Peace Plaza, remember, for,
Oh, Memorial Day.
25th.
yeah, I mean, I'll leave it up to whomever to announce that. I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, there's always something either at Peace Plaza and Van Ness Memorial. Usually Peace Plaza is 11 a.m. on,
the
you
20th.
know, we should see if Gene or somebody can come and whoever's organizing that and speaks to the gallery.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you could see it's Juno.
well, do you wanna reach out to him?
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, I'll reach out to him. I'll confirm. I mean, I did confirm, right, that Peace Plaza, or not June. You know, Memorial Day, Peace Plaza, 11 o'clock. That's Pelham Parkway and Williamsbridge Road. There's a ceremony in honor of, you know, Memorial Day or fallen veterans. And then usually at Van Ness Memorial, there's something. I'll reach out and confirm that too.
It's usually.
I'll
a
put
week
that under my,
after the
I can just put that under my report. Since I'm a veteran.
We found with Joe Rhonda yesterday at the parade because he was at the memorial thing that was before the parade yesterday at Marshalloo, and he's gonna be at Peace Plaza at 11 on Monday.
I'll just put it under my report. I'll put it under my report. For the full board agenda.
Wait. But that's after the, no, I just wanted to put it out there like tonight so that people know.
Oh, yeah.
And send, if you could send me.
After, I forgot, one reading after.
Sending an email out of
Alright.
the calendar, so.
Never mind.
Put it in.
You're right. Yeah, I don't know about Van Ness Memorial. I'll reach out. All right, anything else for the calendar?
Think we're good. Okay, moving on to gallery session. Anyone in house want to say anything? 2 minutes? Going once? Okay. Anybody online? Go ahead, Mr.
Someone's
Stanifish.
not ready.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. So I just wanted to report in that we were approved earlier this month for the open street. And we had a letter from Councilmember Riley that kind of says it all. He says that we've demonstrated strong and sustained commitment to fostering community engagement and creating safe and welcoming spaces for residents. Through years of organizing block parties, youth-centered activities, and neighborhood programming, BPECA has built a trusted presence that brings neighbors together and strengthens the fabric of the community. The proposed open streets location on Barker Avenue alongside Zimmerman Playground between Britain and Allerton is both timely and well-positioned. With Zimmerman Playground currently closed for construction through the summer, this initiative provides an essential alternative space where neighborhood children can continue to play and families can gather in a safe, accessible outdoor environment. This open streets activation reflects the organic spirit of the community, by allowing residents to bring their own play equipment, seating, and activities while supplementing with occasional special events. VPECA is creating a flexible, community-driven space that meets people where they are. Their coordination with local stakeholders, including We Rise as One, residents of the Allerton Coops, and regular playground users, further demonstrates a thoughtful and inclusive approach to implementation. And then we also had letters from John Zaccaro and from Primo's Laundromat, which is the business at the end of the block. We applied for and received a generous budget from DOT and the Citizens
Yeah,
Committee
30 seconds. Go ahead, though. Keep going.
based on a formula that includes the level of need in the community, and we were in the highest level need. So we're going to be able to employ local people to staff the open street. It's only Saturdays and Sundays. And we give a special thanks to Cynthia Prisco in Councilmember Riley's office because she alerted us to crucial deadlines. And if we had missed those deadlines, there would have been no open street. So
Nice. Thank you. That's great. Good job and congratulations.
thank
Diana,
you.
what are the hours? You said it's only Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, we have it from 9 to 6, and the first hour and last hour we'll use to set up and break down. So 10 to 5 is what we're.
Nice.
Yeah.
We have enough money to bring in people for special events every weekend, like a face painter one weekend, or there's a golf instructor who wants to come, a chess instructor, a double Dutch and jump rope instructor. So I think it'll be fun.
That's great. Could you come to the full board next week and say this out loud again?
Sure.
That'd be great because I just think people need to hear the dates.
Okay, what's the date of the full board meeting?
Next
though?
Thursday.
May 28th.
28th.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right,
Sure.
thank you.
So, Rich, Cynthia, if I may.
Yep.
So in terms of this application, the office and Cynthia and we all received notice on this, and both Cynthia and I fully intended. I think we should just put it out there to spell the rumor or, conspiracy going around that this was purposely hidden from the public. We had every intent on giving it to the Transportation Committee. I might even spoken to a member of the Transportation Committee about it, but then unfortunately we forgot about it. I mean, I think we should just put that out there, but be upfront about it. Although people are going to accuse us anyway of nefarious activities, which is ridiculous, but
I'll
whatever.
add that I had mentioned this numerous times at Parks Committee meetings because it's to replace the closed Zimmerman playground. So I had started mentioning, like, as soon as we knew Zimmerman was going to be closed during the summer, so more than a year ago. And then we also had it on our VPECA agenda starting in February, as soon as we had put in the application. So every month since February, we've had it on our agenda that goes to like over 200 people, including community board members. And we post flyers in all the neighborhood buildings and businesses. So people definitely have known about it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Awesome. Mr. Robert Press?
Yeah, I'm looking at this letter and I don't know where you're going to put your names and titles. If I was on the board, I'd be totally opposed to approving something that doesn't have names, dates, times. And I have to assume this is the farmer's market that was there last year. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what was the amount of sales they did during that period of time? And what are they anticipating for this coming year and the following year? And I mean, this board seems to be willing to write a letter for an organization that's in a different borough, but as number one on the letter says, the community board is supposed to represent the interest of the residents. And whereas the city council member who represents 85% of this community board has sent a letter to BRC in line with the community, this board hasn't. I don't understand why that isn't. You know what? Maybe I'll give the board $100 and you guys just give me a check back and I'll fill in the $100 or whatever I want. That's what this letter seems to be. If I was on that board, I would vote against it. Thank you.
So I'm not going to contribute to this full outrage. The only thing I will say is that this letter, everyone knows the Bronx Park East Farmers Market. They've been around a while. People in the neighborhood know them. The fact that the address at the top is their office or whatever, irrelevant. The project is the Bronx Park East Farmers Market. We're writing a letter of support because they are a community partner, or we're discussing, I don't want to assume, we're discussing a letter of support for a community partner who's been around for a long time. They're applying for a grant so that they can continue providing healthy foods at their farmers market. I don't
And
see
they got
the negative.
they got really good options.
Yeah.
Of
They take health pots, they take, like, whole, yeah, so.
Basically, what I wanted to say was the money was basically going to be used for promotion of the farmer's market.
Right.
And to let people know and get out there. In fact, we even asked them to send us their flyer so that we could post it on, the community board, etc. So it's not money per se,
Yeah.
it's money for promotion.
It's a template for us to.
There's no money mentioned on this letter. It's just that this letter should be filled out with all the names, all the organizations, and nothing blank.
Hold on a second.
Rich.
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
So I would like to see the letter again, but I'm generally in agreement, but we need to keep this in mind when we're talking about talking in the gallery. And the bylaws, it says that someone may respond to questions and comments. When we make a comment to someone in the gallery, they do have the right to respond to that if they want, right?
Fair.
I mean, that, I don't think that that's limited to full board, so
Yeah, it's every back and
so
forth.
we need to offer them the same respect, even if we disagree, and I'll say right now, I do disagree, I think that we're making a mountain out of a molehill, but, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Mr. Brest does have the right to say something else back if he needs to.
But what I'm saying is, we're not gonna go back and forth and back.
Well, I mean, he's saying that he spoke now, but, yeah,
This is the chair of the committee, right? It's your meeting?
yes.
We should be calling on people to talk, and if someone is talking without being recognized first, that's on them.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Anything else, Mr. Press, before I move to the next person? Cool. Anybody else?
It had, what
What-
about, Kate Cardona had her hand up.
One second. Anyone else want to speak? Raise your hand.
Jeremy.
No, I think
No,
Jeremy.
he just had his hand up.
I don't know why Jeremy.
Guys, order, please. Anybody else? No? Okay. Now we're gonna go to motions. Okay. Now, and Sandy.
Alrighty,
There you go.
I make a motion
Mhm.
that we send a letter of support for the grant for the Bronx Park East Farmers Market so that they can get a grant to help publicize and get the word out about their market even more so.
Could I actually just ask a question real quick?
Yeah, you can, we got discussion right after she puts the motion in.
Oh, okay.
So that's okay. Now we're opening for discussion. No discussion.
Did somebody second the motion?
No. Yeah.
Dwayne did.
Okay.
Now, Alex.
Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, so I just wanted to clarify because I'm definitely in support of writing a letter of support for the local farmers market. Are we changing a lot of the language in this? Because this looks like sort of a sample letter. So the sample letter seems to talk a lot about like a partnership and obligations to provide like support and doing promotion. Are we agreeing to that as well, or are we just supporting them in their grant application?
I'll,
I believe it's supporting them in their grant application.
Right.
I mean, they gave us the template as a sort of, place to start. I think it's up to us how we wish to make any specific points if we want.
yeah, normally letters of support come through the DM and the chair's office. So you guys don't see a lot of the letters of support that go out, right? Because they don't go back to us. We gotta vote on them yes or no. And if it's a yes, they draft it up and they send them out. So I think if your question is if are we using this template, I don't think so. I think Cynthia and Jeremy will edit it accordingly.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else for discussion?
I'd just like to say, can we make sure to have that for the meeting next week? You
Yeah.
know, a lot of times we have a letter of support and it's not ready and it's back and forth and back and forth. I have to have it for the
So I will say this,
week.
that's a good point.
Jeremy's online.
I mean, I just said, this is
Yes, and actually, I think that letter of support has to be gotten by the 22nd of May. That's why.
All right, is the gallery session open or it's over? Because I can't wait
You-
for this
you
right
missed-
now.
you
I'm in
missed-
the middle of something.
You missed it. You
What do you mean I can't speak now?
You interrupted my meeting, I don't know why. Give me a second, please.
So it has to, the reason we bring it up here, because it's a time frame.
Yeah.
And they have, that letter has to be received by the 22nd.
So I think then we're gonna have to circulate this meeting letter before the 22nd then.
Correct. That's why
Because the
we're,
meeting's the 28th.
I know that.
Okay.
That's why we're
I
doing
mean,
it
I don't know.
now.
Jeremy, so what do we do in that case?
Leadership has the ability to vote.
Right, that's why we, then you
in
bring.
situations.
Okay.
So, I mean, we'll
So Jeremy, will you be able to have that ready, or Jeremy and staff, I'm not putting it just on you, we'll have that letter ready before the 22nd?
Which is Friday.
Hold on, let me make a verbal commitment here. Which is Friday, you're right.
I mean, you're talking about, tomorrow?
No, to the.
Follow.
Oh, no, today's Monday. I'm thinking it was Thursday, so, you know, because of the
Yeah.
normally. So you need it by this Thursday.
Correct.
Right, it has to be, I
I mean,
guess,
we'll do everything in our power. I mean, I'm sure Cynthia will assist if necessary, right?
I mean, let's just commit to it. Are you on the clock tomorrow? Or are you off?
Yeah, I'm good. We can knock it out tomorrow. Do our best.
I'm off tomorrow. Let's just connect during the day and we can go over it and get it done.
All right, so any other discussion? Okay, moving on to vote. Any abstentions? Anyone against? All right, hearing that, so moved. Motion passes.
thank you.
You're welcome. So guys, we have to work together to get this done by the 22nd.
Yep.
Okay. Roxanne, go ahead, you got 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm at work.
It's okay.
Sorry, I have
It's
to
all right.
discuss this letter with DOT Open Streets that was not provided to anyone in the public, much less many of the board members. And in that letter, it says 45 days for public comments. So my question is, why was that not provided to the community in advance for public comments is my question.
I think maybe we'll get you that answer by the full board meeting.
Jeremy, just address
Oh,
that the intent.
It's been recorded.
I'm sorry, I can't hear. Everybody's talking over each other. I can't hear.
We discussed it prior, in the meeting, but we can discuss this again at the full board meeting, which is next Thursday.
Oh, so you want this, you're saying you won't discuss it now?
We could discuss it now.
we already did.
You weren't here, that's a
You
problem.
already did?
Yes.
Yes,
So what was the reason why it was not provided to the public in advance?
It was.
It fell through the cracks.
I'm sorry, what?
It fell through the cracks.
Oh,
It
it
was an
fell through the
oversight on our
cracks.
part.
I'm
It
having
was not
difficulty
intentional.
hearing you. Can you
It
speak
was
a little
not
louder?
intentional. We had fully intended on putting it on the agenda, bringing it up, whatever. I mean, but we forgot about it.
You
So
forgot,
you-
I
okay.
mean, Cynthia, correct me if I'm wrong. That's my
It
recollection
was a
of this.
mistake. Now you may not address Diane, and I'm not gonna let this meeting go into this disarray with 3 minutes left. All right, it was forgot, someone forgot, we brought it up today, it's not till when does it start?
No, it's already done.
No, I know, but when does the street start?
June.
I'm asking you, because I don't want.
My question wasn't whether it's done. My question was, why was it the community notified? That's all.
I'm not gonna split hairs on every single thing here, all right? We'll talk about the full board meeting. It was slipped at transportation, things happen, it wasn't intentional. We talked about it earlier today. Diana Finch talked about it, we'll talk about it again at the full.
But
board
she's not on the board and the board has the responsibility to notify the community.
Session, when she talked about it. We'll talk about it again in a fulsome manner next Thursday, May 28th. I welcome everyone to come in person.
But for why, like you said, it's done. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you as well. Okay, any other motions? No? Or business? I see Diana Finch's hand. No, she's good. She was gonna address. this.
Is the Juneteenth on the old business or new business?
Are we voting on that today? Sure, we could.
We could.
It's up to you.
So Juneteenth, fourth at, I think it's our fourth. 24, 25, yes, this will be our fourth annual Juneteenth event. We're looking at June 13th, once again at Brady Court. What else?
You're looking for people to sponsor.
We will be looking for people to sponsor. I mean, we do have some funds left over from the council person, so we'll be using some of that. And then a lot of time, most of the times we get a lot of donations from folks in the Van Ness neighborhood. Some people from Morris Park, and yeah, so I guess I would like to make a motion for Community Board 11 to hold its fourth annual Juneteenth event on June 13th at Brady Court. Any second?
Second.
Dwayne,
Okay.
any objection, any discussion?
So we're not bringing this to the full board?
No, it does. It goes, there it goes. There you go, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, it has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any objections? Any abstentions?
Abstention.
Debbie abstains, okay. Still passes.
Yep. Okay, cool. And then we'll take it to the full board, so we discuss here, so it'll be a quicker discussion over that. All right, any new business? Yeah, you have a strategic plan, you said? I think.
So we received a letter, I went into another screen. Strategic policy. So I don't know if you're familiar with the borough president's previous strategic policy statement from 2022. So they're in the process of updating it. And they request every 4 years, city charter requires the office of the Bronx Borough President to assemble and release the strategic policy statement. The next statement is due in September. And according to the charter, we need to provide a summary of the most significant long-term issues faced by the borough, policy goals related to such issues, and proposed strategies for meeting such goals. So they're asking us to submit a written statement by June 30th, identifying key long-term issues, proposed strategies for tackling those issues. The issues identified should be specific problems facing either the whole Bronx or our district in particular. So I'm bringing it up now so that, as committee chairs, you can start thinking about whether or not there's anything specific that you think
Yeah.
the borough president's office should be focusing on, and what possible solutions we can offer.
That's great, okay. Cool. And when's it due? You said June?
It's due at the borough president's office June 30th, so like if you wanna start sending me stuff, or me and Jeremy, the office stuff, so that we can start compiling it, we'll do that.
And can the regular public also send you the information? Because they're listening,
yeah.
So it's not just the members of the board.
Okay, it passed, so we're good.
This, Kay has her hand raised now.
Yeah, but galleries.
It's pretty much over.
All right, so we're good on that. So you heard that June 30th, let's have that soon, by June 15th, I'm assuming, by to you.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Okay. And you're gonna talk about this at the full board, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And moving on, motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right, any discussion?
No.
All opposed? All right, all done. We adjourn at 7:26 PM. Thank you, everyone. That is our meeting.
Thank you. Good night.